Live from Afro Studios in the heart of Orlando, Florida, it's The Lowdown, starring James Young. Tonight, James welcomes music producer Keith Andes. Hey, I'm Tight Mike Randolph. Please help me welcome our host, James Young. Come on.
Thank you. I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. Give myself some. Yeah. That felt good. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and thank you, sir, for that wonderful, colorful intro. As always, Tight Mike.
Absolutely, brother. No charge.
All right, because I ain't got it. All right. That's right. Thank everybody for tuning in, and thank the audience for being here. This, in fact, is The Lowdown. I'm your host, Mr. James Young. Give me some more. Give me some more. I'll take it. There you go. Yes. Now, Tight Mike, you ready to give the people what they want?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, man. Let's give them the lowdown, if you will. Now, first up, in sports news, a big congratulations goes out to Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who won the Daytona 500 this past Sunday.
All right.
Yeah, man. Now, he pulled off the win despite only being given 40-1 odds of pulling off a victory. So whoever bet on Stenhouse made some serious money. I actually won my bet I made on the Daytona 500, Mike.
You bet on Stenhouse?
No, I bet that the winner wouldn't be a black guy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I made a lot of money.
Pretty Ricky, what they call it.
No, sir, no.
Made some money on Pretty Ricky.
Nah, man, not till Cadillac makes a race car. All right. Wow. Now, this is some good news. BET and the NAACP announced that Grammy Award-winning musician and actress Queen Latifah will host the 54th NAACP Image Awards.
Yes.
But I will say they overlooked me again, but they said it was closer this year. Okay. I mean, I came in 4th on the list right behind the Don.
Donald Trump was finna host the NAACP Awards?
Nah, Don Magic won.
Oh, the Bishop.
Absolutely.
You're getting better, though. You're getting closer.
Thank you, man. Yeah. But I'm not like him. He's doing the Lord's work.
In the streets.
That's right, in the streets. Now, in movie news, in an attempt not to have a repeat of last year's Will Smith slap, the Oscars has created a new crisis response team. Okay. Now, that sounds nice, Mike, but the thing is, let's say somebody does get slapped. What the hell are they going to actually do? The only thing they can do, grab a cell phone and yell out, "World Star!"
World Star.
That's it, bro.
You're right.
We're going viral. We're going viral.
Absolutely.
Now, in health news, scientists at Weill Cornell Medicine have developed what some are calling the holy grail of birth control, a pill for men to be taken right before sex that's 99.9% effective in preventing unwanted pregnancies. Man, that's a game changer. Yes. Could you imagine? Dudes will be popping those like M&Ms, a handful at a time, just to be safe, bro.
Yes, you're right.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe they could team up with Tic Tac to develop the first mint-flavored contraceptive. One pill that's 99.9% effective against babies and bad breath. Take my money. That's right.
You don't want them Tic Tac pills? Huh?
Yeah, man, give me one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Can't have no more babies.
Okay,
all right.
Good for you.
Thank you. Now, this is just disturbing. A doctor in London is on suspension for his unorthodox treatment of a female patient. Now, it seems the woman came in complaining of chest pains, and the doctor suggested that sex might alleviate the pain. Then he offered his services.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? What kind of doctor does that? Woman comes in complaining of chest pains, and he's just like, "Hey, I have just the thing. I'm going to take 2 of these Tic Tacs and not call you in the morning."
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dr. Feel Good.
Oh, it's going to feel good. I imagine what the copay going to be on that. You're going to really be screwed. All right. And finally, did you guys know this? Today is National Tootsie Roll Day. That's right, the chocolate-flavored candy was created 127 years ago on this very day. Wow. And amazingly has been loosening teeth worldwide ever since.
Yes, it is.
Now, the candy is amazing, and of course, it deserves all the attention. But Mike, it just makes me think of butterflies.
Ooh, James, I gotta do it.
Okay.
You know, the butterfly, that's kind of old. But let me see you Tootsie Roll.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, y'all didn't know I can do it like that. Hey, we'll be right back. We got world famous producer Keith Andes in the house.
Yeah.
Right back on. Oh, my knees, my knees. Welcome back, everybody. You're still tuned into the Lowdown. Now, my next guest is not only a world-renowned producer, but he's also the president of Mountaintop Entertainment. Y'all give it up for my new friend, Keith Andes.
Yes.
There he is.
My man. My man.
There he is. There you go. Welcome, Keith. Welcome,
How you
man.
doing, man?
I can't complain, sir.
Right.
I'm not doing as good as you, but yeah.
You are, brother. You are.
Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me.
No,
Really appreciate
thank you for being here. Now, can I just give you your flowers real quick?
Okay.
Before we start, man. Now, you are one of the most nicest, humble people that I've had the pleasure of speaking with, and I mean that, man. You have accomplished so many great things in the music industry. You've worked with some of the biggest names in this industry. Just a few of upcoming people that we hope make it, like Michael Jackson, okay? The group As Yet, Babyface.
Yeah.
You've worked with who's who in this business, and you still remain so humble, and you love what you do. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, I do.
Can I just ask, how do you keep that energy, and how do you keep grounded at this point?
Well, music is what I do.
You okay?
It's not who I am.
All right.
I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I'm a man, I'm just like everybody else. But my job is music.
Yes, sir.
So to get hyped up about that, I don't see why people do that.
Okay.
It's just my job.
Understood.
And I love what I do, so I just keep doing my job.
And it's amazing because you really do have a love for music.
Yes, I do.
Sir, you I think you produced the soundtrack to my childhood.
I hear that a lot.
I think I might have made 2 kids from yours. 2 out of 4 ain't bad, Mike.
No, that ain't bad.
Yeah, I might have made one.
But I just love listening to the stories and whatnot, what you've actually experienced.
Yeah.
Because can we talk about the song
Sure.
that you did
Sure.
by As Yet?
Yes.
Okay. You wrote that from a real experience.
Yes.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah,
Is
we
that
can talk about it.
Okay, tell
We can
us
talk
how
about
you
it.
came up with that beautiful song.
I was on vacation with family
Okay.
in Miami Beach.
Yes.
And me and my ex-wife,
Okay, ex-wife. All right.
we had a night.
Okay.
It was a good night.
It was a really good
Good
night.
Okay.
And so I run. So I got up in the morning and I went running, and just that melody. Last night I was inside of you. That melody just came.
Wow.
And I was out on the run, and so I ran back to the hotel. In the hotel I was staying in, they had a piano. They had a ballroom.
Yes.
And I asked her, "Can I sit at your piano?" So I went in there and I just played it in the melody. So this way I could remember it. So this is before iPhones and all that stuff.
You had to write it down.
I had to write it. I had to remember it. If I
Yeah.
can play it, I can remember it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about it. I came back to LA and I was working with Babyface.
Gotcha.
And we went to Tahoe, to his
Okay.
house in Tahoe, Lake
Okay.
Tahoe, to write.
Okay.
And that's how I got this idea for a song. And I sat and played it and was singing it. And then I got to the part, I saw the sun, the moon. And I went there because I thought it was corny.
Yes.
And I was like, but that's something more. And he went, nah, man, that's the thing. That's the brilliance of Babyface.
Bro,
Yeah.
hearing that story. And I love the fact that people write from real experiences.
Yes.
Like that song is a hit because it came from a real place.
it did.
Like, man, hey, I was
Yes.
doing what I do. And it was this, I saw the sun.
There's a song, and I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
There's
you're
a
fine.
song that I have as an artist that,
Yes.
that I put out in my first song, and I wrote it about my brother Darren,
Okay.
and it's called My Brother.
Okay.
And the song was originally written for the Jackson family, for Michael,
Wow.
but I wrote it about my brother Darren because
Okay.
the love I had for him.
Got you.
And that's the first song I released. And it's funny, I was playing that song for somebody, a young brother, the other day, and he broke down and started crying.
Stop.
And I was like, I was always taught what comes from the heart touches the heart.
Amen.
So I always write from a real place.
You do.
I always write from a real place.
And don't you think that's the reason that people can connect with your music so
I
easily?
think so.
Man, everything
I
that
think
you've
so.
written, everything you touch, man, you can feel that.
I write
man.
from a real place.
Yeah, you do.
I don't try to make something up. I write
No,
it from
if you
real
haven't
place.
experienced that, you're not trying to do that. I don't know nothing about that, so I'm sticking to what I know.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going home and sing that to my wife tonight. Last night, I fell asleep on you.
That's a good one.
That's the truth.
That's a good one.
I am,
That's
man.
a good one.
Now, Type Mike, my co-host, man, good man, friend of mine.
Funny guy,
Yeah,
man.
funny guy. Definitely has a question for you,
Yeah.
man. He want to throw at you.
Hey, David, let me say your name again. Keith Andes.
Like the mountains, yeah.
Yes, sir. So, like America, go home and look on the back of all your albums and records. You're going to see this name. Now, just to give you your flowers again, like my man,
Yes.
to piggyback on what my brother's doing here, I admire Babyface and As Yet, and you've worked with Michael Jackson.
Yes.
But give us a Prince story.
Okay.
All right.
The song "Get Off."
Yes. Get up.
It was a rock song.
Wow.
So back in the day, I used to do a lot of remixes.
Okay.
So I used to do a lot of remixes for the great Lil South, who's passed away.
Yes.
From MCA Records. So I was known as the remix guy.
Okay.
I'd come in and do remixes. So Benny Medina called me, go, hey man, I want you to do a remix to this song. It's a Prince song. Now I had no idea Prince was going to be there. So you know, most of the artists are not there when you do the remixes. And I showed up at Larrabee West off of Santa Monica Boulevard.
Okay.
And I walked in my cartage and everything, and he's there.
The great one.
Yeah. So I'm like, and I never really told this story, so I'm going to say it. So you're getting it first.
Ooh, I love it.
And when I walked in, I was like, oh, man, I didn't expect to see him.
No.
So I was like, hey, man, it's a pleasure to meet. But he was like, had an attitude.
Really?
So he ran off, and I just said, oh, bump him. I'm not, you know.
Yeah.
So let's change this. I'm going to change this. I'm going to do it. So what you hear as the record Get Off is me doing it. They instead of putting the record out, they use my remix as the record.
As a record,
wow.
yes.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
And so I remember afterwards I was excited. They paid me a lot of money. And I remember Jimmy Jam telling me, he said, you ain't going to get no credit for it, though.
Really?
So I was like, okay. You know, so it happens a lot in the record business. There's so many records that I've played on and did arrangements for that we don't get credit for.
That's the fact you're saying that. That's crazy.
And it's hard for, and I was ambivalent about saying these things because I want people to think I was a hater.
But you're
it's
not.
But I'm not.
You're
But
telling the
it's
truth.
It's the truth.
And nothing wrong with that. Hey, keep that thought. We'll be right back. Y'all don't go anywhere. We're still with world-renowned producer Keith Andes in the house. Yes.
Right,
Yes. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everybody. That's right. We're still sitting down with world-renowned producer, all-around good guy, Keith Andes in the house, man.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing the honesty with us, man, about the business. Because there's a lot of people watching, which I told you off camera, and I want young people to see what they can expect, and I want them to see an example of yes, you can do it.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. And you can't. You did it when it was harder. Bro.
There was no social media, no computers. You had to learn your craft.
You really had to learn what music
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing. Now, I love the fact your wide career spanned from not just you producing, but finally you doing your own music.
Yeah.
Because I learned it from your process of you telling me you would actually put the music together, produce it, and you would sing the demo to give to the artist.
Right.
So why would you not? Why did it take so long?
I never saw myself as a singer.
Wow, really?
And I've worked around great singers.
Amen.
So I go, okay, I'm not that. So I was like, I'm good enough to do this and they take it and elevate it.
Gotcha.
But I'm not that. And it was a friend of mine, Doc, and he's from Arizona, a good friend of mine. And when COVID hit,
Okay.
things were slow, and he goes, and he'd been telling me for years, yo, you need to put your own music out. You need to-"
Absolutely.
And I was like, I'm not really a singer. I'm not, I'm just. And I wrote that song, about my brother. And I said, okay, I'm going to put that out. And then the response was overwhelming.
Look at that.
And so I was like, okay, well, maybe there is something. And that's what I would say to artists. Be who you are. Stop worrying about looking at somebody. You can look at somebody and say, hey, I love what they do, but this is who I am. And be who you are. There's somebody, with 7 billion people in the world, somebody's gonna like what you do.
Amen.
And so just be yourself.
So original. That's great advice to give people watching,
Yeah.
man. What's the key, or what's one of the things?
just be
Just
yourself.
be you, man.
Just
Because
be
look,
you.
I'm too tired to be anybody else. Keith, man.
Too old, man.
I'm too old
man.
to be anybody
Yeah.
else.
All I can do is be me.
Gotcha.
Yeah? And if you like it, cool. If you don't, I'm cool.
Hey,
with
man, I'm
that.
cool with that too.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. Now, what got you into the music business?
I've been doing my growing up. I was a Beatles fan
Okay.
as a kid,
Okay.
and so we take
Wrote some of the most amazing songs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And the songwriter Lennon and McCartney. And then
Amen.
I became a Elton John and Bernie Taupin fan.
Okay.
And then Holland Dozier Holland and all those, and taking baseball bats, pretending they were guitars, or our mother's hairnet, and thinking we were the Beatles. And me and my cousins, and so I would sit and study those songs and how to write those songs. And but I didn't know what a producer was until I listened to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, wow.
And so when
You talk about production.
and so I was in junior high school. And I saw Maurice White and Charles Stepney, they were producers. I'm going, I don't know what that is, but I want to do that.
Amen. Yes.
And so, and I used to write in my book, in my little, produced by Keith Andes.
Okay.
And, you know, I would do that. So guess what? I was foregoing and foreseeing what I was going to do in the future. And I'm 14 years old. Still not knowing what a producer is. But then I just started writing songs and began writing songs and doing this. And that's how.
And how amazing at a young age of 14, you already knew what you want to do with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a gift. I mean, I'm going to clap for it. That's a gift. Now, I got to give you your flowers one more time, sir. All your success, everything you've done, over 150 million records sold. That's a few records.
That I've been involved
with. Yeah, bro, that's a few records.
Yeah.
Right there. And now you're doing your own music,
Yes.
man. And you came on the show and shared honesty, truth. You're a genuine, original person. Thank you,
thank you, man.
for letting us be here and hang out with you
Thank
a
you
little
for
bit,
having
man.
me. I really appreciate
No worries at all. But I want to ask you, work with so many people. What inspires you, or like your career, being an artist, producing all these songs? What still gets you motivated to do this, man?
The love of the music.
Gotcha.
The love of being in the room and with talented people and singing and hearing, and I just love music.
Gotcha.
I just love it. And it's not about
can tell, man.
It's not about the money, it's about the craft.
Gotcha. But we will say money ain't bad.
Oh, the money ain't bad. It ain't bad.
Gotcha. I remember broke.
Yeah. Me too.
I remember that.
Me
I
too.
can't go back.
Absolutely.
I definitely can't go
Absolutely.
back.
Absolutely.
Man, so what's the next thing that Keith Andes wants to do? Because you can do anything.
Right now, I'm doing a lot of TV commercials. So things that you see on Universal, on music, on TV.
Okay.
Universal Resorts, International, Walmart. So I'm doing the music for those things.
Gotcha.
I'm doing films and stuff like that. So that's the next elevation. And also working with new artists here in Orlando, developing new artists here. And so working on those
Thank
kinds
you
of
for
things.
doing that, because there's so many, I say it all the time, there's so many talented people in Orlando. All you need is an opportunity, man. And that's what we're trying to provide here for people too.
For Mountaintop Entertainment.
Mountaintop Entertainment.
Yeah.
Now, Keith, hopefully, your career will go places after being on this show. Okay?
You're launching me off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I want everybody to follow you, support you. So can you
Yes.
please tell them your social media?
On Instagram, Keith Andes Producer. On Facebook, Keith Andes. On Twitter, Keith Andes. And on TikTok, Keith Andes.
Ooh, he TikToking out here.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Sir, had nothing but a great time.
And this staff here is incredible.
Thank
guys,
you.
You
Thank
guys
you.
are incredible.
We're thinking about paying them. So
Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
Thank
you,
y'all for
man.
joining us tonight. On behalf of myself, Jamie John, my wonderful guest, Keith Andes,
Thank
and as
you.
always,
Thanks for having
Tight Mike Randolph. We will see y'all
right.
next week. God bless y'all. Bro! Thank y'all! Yes! Yes! Oh, y'all! What? Oh, me?
Yes. All for you. All for you.
Oh, thank y'all so much. Mike, they love us.
They are prepaid. sir.
All right, nice.
There you go. Yeah.
I will pay you back.
Sure.
Never. But
All
thank
right.
you.